You've done it since you.
Okay, let's get started. And can we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please? Pam, you're excused if you want to say. Okay, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. To the republic which stands one great nation under God, indivisible and liberty. Okay, thank you. Okay, can I call the meeting to order? Anybody from the public want to be heard? Don't see anybody. And our online Zoom meeting is not working, so
Tony's not on?
Tony's on a phone right here.
Okay. Hi, Tony.
Hey, how you doing, Mike?
Yeah. All right, so could I get okay, well, we got a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved. Second.
Is there any additions to that? All those in favor?
Aye.
I get a motion to approve the minutes from the last board meeting.
So moved. Second.
Any corrections? All those in favor?
Aye.
New business, we're going to have a well, the one thing I want to tell the board before I do anything is I am going to send out a press release tomorrow thanking Senator Schumer, Kristen Gillibrand, and retired Congressman John Capco for delivering $2.5 million for us. I have a copy for our sewer, our combined sewer water separation project. It's the first phase of a $50 million project. So I just wanted to pay our respect to those people. So I have the press release there, and I pulled up an old picture that I'm going to put with it. I'm going to get criticized for it when I do it.
You look young.
Yeah, it's only a couple of years
Well,
old.
you're older.
Yes.
Not true.
So, yeah, but it was summertime. The tan makes me look younger. Not as tan as Tony Kuchardi, though.
Yeah, right. Tony
Yeah.
turning over.
He doesn't have any tan lines. That's his problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I will be sending it out tomorrow. I'll send it'll be on our Facebook page and it'll be on our email blast. We're not gonna put in the paper. So I'm gonna try to limit it as much as I can. But I was told how to make sure I put Senator Schumer's name in the first sentence. As he likes it in the first sentence.
That's where it goes.
That's where it goes. It has to be. So
I gotta remember
I'm
that.
good at what I'm told to do.
Yeah.
Until my wife gets home.
Hmm.
Yeah. And then, so next thing on the agenda is new business. Is going to be a presentation by David Nelson from a senior planner at the County Planning and Economic Development Department. And last month, I should say, Patrick talked to us about revising our codes and told us that we wanted to do it. We're going to do it the right way, and that this is the right way to do it. I sent a package out to everybody from the proposal from the county that we get matching grants for. So it's only going to cost us half the cost it would have cost us if we went out and hired a outside contracting firm. So we can get it through this grant and do it the right way. So we're going to I asked David to come in and give us a quick presentation on what the process is, how we're going to handle it, and the steps going forward and how soon it would be, can be completed. Okay.
Did you get this resolution finished?
We haven't got there. We're still
I
on
thought you
the
started talking.
still on the first
Okay.
page. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna give them the presentation first.
Okay.
I actually did this out of order. That's
Yeah.
why. Did you see that?
Yeah,
Now I did that.
That's why I did it the way I did it.
Oh, I know. I'm like,
I'm
what
trying
you
to cover your,
Thank you.
Tammy, but you
Thank you.
put everybody. All right, so. All right, so Dave, it's all yours.
All right, thank you. Thank you, everyone. As I said, I'm Dave Nelson, senior planner with the county. I've been there for almost 8 years now. And yeah, I wanted to talk to you about doing a rewrite of your zoning code. I've spoken with Pat, gotten an idea of some of the needs that you want to address. And what I see are the issues really twofold: readability of the code, and then relevancy or kind of adaptability, the ability of the code to update and take a look at some of the new issues that are going on in the land use world. So with readability, I understand that you kind of, you adopted your code several years ago, several decades ago, and then you kind of updated as you've gone along. And that's how most of our communities do it. And every now and then it's good to kind of sit down, put it all together, make sure that the format works. Make sure that's very easy for an applicant to kind of navigate through the code, figure out what is required of them. Really what we've seen in the past decade or so is an emphasis on making the code user friendly so that, like I said, applicants can navigate through it. They can read it easily. It's not full of kind of, legal speak. An emphasis on graphics, especially when it comes to like dimensional requirements. So it's very easy to see, instead of trying to read a description, it's very easy to see what your setback requirements are, what your building lot requirements are, that kind of thing. In terms of relevancy, we're looking at, in the past 20 years, we've seen a lot of new uses. Talked to Pat about some of the uses you'd like to address: farm stands, agritourism and agribusiness items, home occupations. We've seen a lot of change just in the past couple of years since the COVID pandemic. Home occupations completely different now. A lot of municipalities are looking for a lot more flexibility when it comes to home occupations. And then short-term rentals, that's kind of a hot topic. It's been for a couple of years now, so addressing that would be prudent. Of course, over the past 20 years, the town has evolved, so we wanted to adjust that. We want to recognize that and adjust for that. Talk to Pat about maybe the need for a new commercial zoning district. So that's something we want to look at. And then details. Details are always changing. By details, I mean when you get down to the nitty gritty, like the dimensional requirements. Pat has recognized the need to really address, setbacks, lot sizes, lot coverage, and building sizes. So as materials have changed, family compositions have changed. So we really want to recognize that and make sure that your code is reflective of what's going on nowadays. In terms of the process, we're looking at an 11-month process and really 10 tasks, and each task would be tackled by a steering committee, which I facilitate the discussion, I facilitate the work. And we kind of go through
Tony, put your phone on mute.
Chapter by chapter for each task and really rewrite each chapter. I feel that an entire rewrite is necessary because once you start getting into certain aspects like uses, dimensional requirements, and districts, and if you do expand districts, or even if you're looking at how the districts are operating now, once you start impacting those sections, you're going to get tentacles into other sections. Pat mentioned that we want to look at special use permit and that process, maybe amend that process, maybe shift it over to the planning board to have them take over the responsibility of that. And again, once you start getting into special use permit, start impacting site plan review, again, dimensional requirements. So all these tentacles kind of go out. And it really makes sense to tackle the entire zoning code. And like I said, approach it from a new format with a focus on readability and user friendliness. So like I said, 11-month process. Steering committee, 5 to 7 members would be ideal. Pat, I was just talking to Pat before the meeting started. We're looking at a representative from the town board, from the planning board, the ZBA, code enforcement officer himself. And I think we're starting to get that covered. So that will work out very nicely. And I think that's about it. I'm here to answer any questions if anyone has any.
Any volunteers from the town board that want to be on this committee?
So like I said, 11-month process, it would be 1 meeting per month.
They don't have anybody, I'll go.
Okay. All right. Was hoping you'd say that. Yep,
Do you want to mention the members that you've already got a commitment from? 'Cause
Sure.
I think we're very fortunate to have the chair of the BBA, Dave Calabanca, who's worked with the code for many years. Ron Podolak, chairman of the planning board, same thing. Larry Liberator, a long-term member of the planning board, and Jerry Guiney, a long-term member of the zoning board. So I think that Ed asked me to reach out to them a couple of weeks ago, and they were all very enthusiastic about being involved.
so when it, should we, would there be certain sections when what would be available to, for our, because we do have a, tree board and we do have, local law for, that we
Tree
put in
ordinance.
place, huh?
The tree ordinance.
Tree ordinance. So, is the tree ordinance, tree ordinance is in our code, isn't it?
Yes,
Yes. So,
not in
so,
the zoning code, but it is in our, it's a local law, and it's in our code.
yeah, so if we, if he needs to be at every meeting or just, the certain ones that, what, would you be willing to come to a meeting or two, or?
Am I eligible? Would it?
Yeah.
How would it serve?
Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to be a full-time committee member, then yeah, I mean, we would just invite you as a guest and. When we're discussing relevant issues.
Well, I'm happy to help. I just would never want to expose this council to any criticism since I'm not a taxpayer here. See what I mean?
Yeah, understood. You're an employee of the town or
I am a contractor
contract? Yeah, I mean, it would be fine to invite you as a guest in that capacity.
and I can warm a seat. Not as well as some people.
All right.
All right, any questions for, David? Now, how many, you just recently completed a town and you went through this process already?
We did, right now, we're working on Troop, we're rewriting their, so we updated their comprehensive plan, and now one of the goals of that comprehensive plan update was a rewrite of their zoning code. They really haven't looked at their zoning code in a very long time. They have kind of a rudimentary one, so they're looking to kind of beef it up with land use regulations, as they're seeing a lot of development coming in from Auburn. So we're working with them. We recently finished Cato and Weedsport as well.
Yep, and we did work with, who do we did our comprehensive plan, we worked with Central New York Regional Planning.
Jeannie Gleisner, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
and we did that, and so we got a grant with that as well. So updated that. So we didn't do it, last time we did a revision, we didn't do a complete update, we did a complete update 10 years ago, and then we updated it like 5 years ago. Something like that. We went 7 years and updated it. So, any questions? Anything else for us? Is there anything else you want to say or do, or Patrick?
Well, I guess if the town board is willing to take on this project, then the next steps would be for us to formalize a memorializing agreement. Which is really just a contract, and then we'll be ready to go. I see maybe a start date of April. This week, we have to move the agreement through the county legislature. So start date of April, county's excited about this.
Yeah, I think I have the order, the contract already here, and then if the board, the next thing on the resolution is to approve and authorize me to sign that contract. So. And we can have a discussion there too as well. So that would be the next step. So the next resolution would be resolution 33 on page 2, which is to approve and authorize me to sign the proposal with the county planning to update and amend the town's zoning ordinance. Is there a motion?
I'll make it.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Okay, approved. I'll sign it and send over tomorrow.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, very short agenda tonight. Next thing is the audit and payment of claims. Can I get a motion for discussion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion on the one thing I can point out to you right now is that because the auditors are in the process of doing our financial statements, we don't do any budget modifications and like that until after that is completed, and then we go from there. So all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The next thing is I would like to go into a brief, yep.
Would you want to appoint your ad hoc committee?
Oh.
Or you want to wait till next?
No, we can do it right now, yeah.
You got the names?
So, as the names that we just mentioned, so there will be a resolution for me for us to authorize our ad hoc committee, which for the town of Owasco zoning ordinance, which would be the chair of both planning and zoning, and plus, that would be
Larry, look,
Larry Liberatore and Jerry Guiney, Pat Doyle. It would be Ron Podolak, and it'd be
Dave Colabanco.
Deb Calabanca. It'd be right now Mike Vitale, and
Are you appointing a chair or,
chair would be, I don't know, I would like
I
to.
mean, he might facilitate it, the county
Yeah,
planner, but probably you should have a chair.
I would let the committee choose their own chair. So that way, they can pick, and then, as long as we got the committee approved, so if anybody else wants to volunteer, we can always add people to that. So that's 4, 6, 7, that's 6 people right there.
7,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh,
Seven.
no, it's 6, because I missed somebody maybe. Ron, Dave, Patrick, Larry, Jerry Guiney, and Mike Vitale. Did you say someone else?
And he's gonna be right, he's gonna be he's gonna be
You
a
say
guest.
Liberatore?
He's gonna be a
Right,
guest.
yeah, Larry Liberatore.
So we got Larry and Jerry, we
Okay,
got Ron and
Dave.
Dave,
and Patrick.
Patrick and Mike.
Mhm, Okay,
I mean, at the very least, it helps get a quorum.
It's good.
When you have the meetings, if you could let us all know, there's definitely some meetings I'd like to at least try to attend. To have an idea what's.
Yeah. And we'll do them on Zoom as well. So we can always have them set up so that we can set up the meetings on Zoom and be able to use the owl, and it'll be good. Oh, Tammy, aren't you on there?
no,
No, you were on the other one.
I'm on playground.
Playground, that's right. Yeah, I got the ones mixed up, sorry. Bob Bruno's peach pie is just making me not think properly.
Peach pie?
Oh, yeah, good peach pie.
Oh,
Yep. Goes right to my thighs, my peach pies. Yep. Watch.
It's been a well kept secret.
Oh, yes.
Didn't make the short list.
There you go. No. No, he buys them. He can't make them like that.
Mhm.
All right, so Patrick, anything? So all those, so that's the motion.
Oh, yeah. take a
Who
look.
wants to make the motion?
So,
Yeah,
Okay,
second.
okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Tony. Okay, and then,
So that's gonna be 35. I'm gonna move the next one down to 36.
okay, Well,
37.
the next one, I guess it's more for discussion before I don't really have anything really in executive session to talk about. But the one thing I did want direction from this board to proceed with is for several months, and I'm really not confused on how you want me to proceed. For several months, we discussed making the non-union people, as far as insurance purposes go, the same as the union employees. And everything else that we do, it's been the same. So what I would like to do, if with your permission to go forward with it, is next month, bring you the exact line. I'll send to you like the next tomorrow or next week. I'll send you the proposed changes and highlight it and let you see exactly what we were proposed. And then I would like to bring it to the board next month for your vote. Does anybody have an issue with that?
No, yeah, share the information over. We can
Yeah.
look
So-
at it.
I'm fine with that.
You fine with that? Tony, I think we talked about it before. So you got any questions, Tony?
No,
Yeah.
I think we should move forward though.
Okay. So
Okay, so that's not a resolution, that's
No,
just a
we're-
discussion.
discussion, yeah, we'll put that under,
Just,
under,
okay,
under discussion
all right, so that's not gonna be.
to bring forward to a board.
Okay,
All right. Patrick, you have anything else you want us to do? No.
Appreciate it, and I do want to thank these volunteers because it's very hard in this day and age. I see in these other municipalities, there are vacancies on boards, planning boards, town boards, so we're very fortunate to have these people want to be involved. I think it's going to be a nice project. And
Yeah.
help us moving forward.
Yeah, and we had been working on this for 4 years and COVID hit and then and now we finally can bring it to fruition and get it taken care of. And I forgot some of the things that he brought up that to our attention and like the short-term rentals, that's an important one.
Yeah.
And even codes, like we have copper piping, instead of going to PEX piping, or plumbing, for housing. So those changes need to be done, so it meets our code and meets what current standards are at, so. Okay. All right, so I don't have anything for executive session, so we'll just get rid of that and then motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
All right, see you, Tony.
Good night, all.